How's it going, guys? Welcome to my video on how to style your Titan. This is my first video on my channel, and I want to show you guys how to make your Titan kind of look different from every other Titan that you'll see in like the tower and stuff. What you'll see like a lot of nowadays is that a lot of Titans like to rock very similar armor setups. Like I see a lot of Titans rocking the Righteous set, the Empyrean set, the Dawning set, and the Lux set. You'll probably see like a variation of all four mixed together with each other, or just solo ornamented, and that's fine. I mean, you can wear that, but at the end of the day, we're trying to, make ourselves look unique compared to every other Titan out there. You don't want to look like the guy next to you, because a big part of this game is, having your character and making them unique and what you would wear, right? And there's nothing against rocking those sets in particular. It's just that we want to change it up, have more variety. Now, as for credentials for myself, I've been playing Destiny since Alpha. In Destiny 1, I am a Harajuku resident, so I know a little bit about fashion and stuff like high-end and whatnot. So I'd like to incorporate that into our Titan build today. So I have two builds that I created, one for this video and one that you'll normally see me rocking out in the wild. So we're gonna start with the one that I made for this video in particular. Now for this build, I wanted to create something that use an exotic that you won't see a lot of people rocking nowadays, but I really like how it looks with one very specific ornament that I don't really see much of. So I'll throw on the pieces so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. So the build is going to start off with these Ursa Furiosas with the Ursus Maritimus ornament. Yeah, sorry for butchering that. But we're also going to be rocking the Aniline Shock shader from the Dawn. We're also going to be pairing that with the the Year 3 Dawning ornaments, I think. We're also going to be putting a Sovereign Plate with the Insight Unyielding Greaves and the Prodigal Mark with the I think it was Optimistic or something stupid like that. The Optimacy ornaments. So this is what the theme that I was trying to go for was. Titans like to kind of like look a little bit thick. I mean, Titans are normally pretty chunky by nature, so I wanted to do something chunky that is also gonna fit the theme of my very feminine Titan. So if we go by the details right here on the Sovereign Plate, we'll see these kinds of like ornate little designs around the neck, and it kind of looks like a necklace, right? And it gives it a very elegant look, and that pairs really nicely with the Dawning helmet over here. Now I did bash the Dawning sets earlier for being overused, but using one piece isn't that bad in this case. So the having these little like, I want to say they're like earrings hanging off the horns, look really nice and elegant with the design, and they just give it a very feminine look, but also looking very tough. And as for the stars of this whole getup, we have the Ursa Furiosas with the, I'm just gonna dub it the polar bear ornament, and it changes the look of the normal, I want to say grizzly bear, to a polar bear. And it gives it a whole nice little winter theme that goes really well with the crystalline designs on the helmet and the chest piece. And the we do have a mixture of different shaders. No, we don't. Okay, never mind. I did forget about we didn't really use many different shaders, but that's the top section. And as for the boots, I don't see many people rocking the unyielding greaves. I mean, these things look sick. You have like a samurai like belt or some drapery. It looks really nice, and you have these like blades sticking out the shin guards, and they just give it a very like armory design, but also like nice and elegant. Like it falls nicely, and it takes the shader very well. And as for mark, we didn't want to go too like out there with the mark, and I felt like something simple like this would ground the whole design. And all of these items except for the dawning and the ornament for Ursa's is obtainable from Eververse. Oh, see, we did use Resilient Laurel for the mark, so we did switch it up a little bit with the shaders. But you can still get the Optimacy set. You could also get the Insight on Yielding Greaves from Strikes. The Sovereign Plate was just a random drop, and well, Ursa's are a random drop. For the helmet, you could probably switch it out for something probably, I would say, I can't think of something off the top of my head, but you could go for something like ornate, something elegant. One helmet that you could probably put on, now that I think about it, is the helmet from from Crown of Sorrow, which has like a little nice, there you go, has like this little nice like horns, but they're like curved in a way that it's like a soft curve, so it looks really like, oh, feminine. That's what I'm just gonna dub it as, to go in line with the rest of the design of the armor. I mean, that looks okay. The gold might get in the way, but you could probably work around that. Just look for something that'll make the Titan look nice and cohesive. You have a cohesive theme here. Now, so this is I made this a couple of hours ago, and I really like how it looks. I mean, it came out better than I thought it would. So we'll just give it one last look at the set, and we'll move on to my normal everyday PvP set, or PvE. I don't really do much PvE nowadays, but PvP is where I'll be going with that. So we'll put on we'll start from the mark up. So actually no, we'll start from the boots. So for these boots, we have the Guardian Games boots with the Optimacy chest piece, and the Righteous gauntlets unornamented, the Insurmountable Skull Fort with the ornament, and a mark with the Hardy's Orders ornament on. So the entire like design elements for this armor set was, I was trying to make a very like slim and small Titan, and I feel like that's a very big problem with the current Titan armor fashion meta. Everything's just overly large and bulbous, and you have these giant like pauldrons that would just they would never be practical, right? And they just kind of look tacky and ugly, right? Like these look horrendous. I mean, if I would never be caught dead wearing these outside of light level advantage, but yeah, they just don't look good on a lot of Titan armors. And there is good thick builds like the last one that I showed you, but they're far and few, and I feel like Bungie really needs to like stop making so many thick armor sets. I feel like with the Righteous set, the unornamented one, we get these really nice slim gauntlets that fit perfectly with the Optimacy set chest piece. And the boots that we got from the Guardian Games just flow perfectly with the whole with the arms, because on the arms you have these little like folds coming down the sleeves, and they look really good, and they go perfectly with the boots, which have these rolls on the thighs, and it just cements the look perfectly. And the mark also has those folds to make everything look cohesive, and this all looks really good with an all white shader. Now I wear all white on all of my characters because I just think it makes them all look very clean. I like a lot of very minimalistic designs on armor, so this was just right up my alley. As for replacements for any of the pieces that you see here, you could probably switch out the legs for the Optimacy set legs. They won't look as good, but they do keep the skinniness of the Titan flowing, so it still looks good. As for the ornament for insurmountable, that's optional. You could probably do without the ornament if you really wanted to, but I like the ornament because it looks like a what's the name of that? It looks like an equalizer, right? Or a it looks like a audio visualizer. It looks like an audio visualizer, which I really like. And music, I love music, so the having a little bit of that element inside my Titan makes it look very nice and cohesive. As far as everything else, it is still obtainable, so you can still obtain the Righteous Gauntlets. These are a terrible roll, but I didn't really play much in Season of the Dawn, so they are dropping this season, which is the Season of Arrivals, so you can get them from Prime Ingrams. I've gotten a couple to drop, but at bad rolls. As for the Optimacy set, that's in Eververse. The Hardy's set is also in Eververse, and you could probably rock that. I can take out the ornaments, that way you guys can see what I'm talking about without the with the replacements for these pieces. I mean, it'll still look decent. Like, you'll have that skinny Titan look, but it just won't look as, you know, cohesive as it does with the ornaments. So if you do have those assets at your disposal, do use them, because they'll make the look really good. I'm rocking a female Titan, by the way, so I don't know how this might look on a male Titan, but if you guys could let me know, that'd be great. And that's gonna be the two builds that I have. I'm gonna try to make a video on my two other builds for my Warlock and my Hunters, if you guys want to see that. And I'll see you all later. Bye.